I've only got 6 minutes, so I'm going to keep this to one question. What would it take to make the world work for 100% of humanity? I feel like that's the question everyone's trying to answer, but no one is quite asking it in that way. The only time I've heard it asked that way was a podcast I heard about 8 years ago. It was a podcast by Jay Baldwin, a Dwell podcast about prefabricated homes. So I didn't know what I was getting myself into with that talk. It was all about Buckminster Fuller, or ideas of Buckminster Fuller, and with Jay Baldwin, he was talking about these magnitudes of efficiency in these prefab homes that I couldn't believe. He was talking about maintenance-free homes that could cost as much as a car. They'd only take a couple of people a couple of days to build it, and I was like, what's the name of this company? Where can I get this this prefabricated home? And when's it coming out? And then he said that Buckminster Fuller had made a prototype in the 1940s, 1946, I think. So I didn't know Bucky. I don't know if you know Bucky, but he is known for his geodesic domes. He has a stamp made for him, and it was just amazing, what he was talking about and at the time that he said it. And so I started looking into it more, started learning more about Bucky. So I couldn't find the video of the podcast, I only had the audio, so then I had to buy the book by Jay Baldwin, Bucky's Ideas for Today. So just as it says, ideas from the 40s, 50s, 60s that are applicable today, like these maintenance-free homes. And I couldn't really figure out what happened to the designs or why they didn't take off. And then I started reading books by Buckminster Fuller, and it was just amazing the thoroughness this guy went to. He started from nothing. He didn't take anything for granted, and he just built on experience. So he didn't take our typical geometry with infinite planes, 90 degrees to each other as reality, because he didn't see those in reality. So he started from nothing, and he came up with the tetrahedron as the base unit instead of the cube. He came up with 12 degrees of freedom instead of 3 degrees of freedom. That's where, from that he got his geodesic dome. He got a lot of other things. He even, re-projected our map, the map we all use, onto something that didn't distort the land masses, so they're all, relative to each other properly, and it shows that we're on, one world working together. I was just amazed, and the most amazing thing was what was driving him, his mission in life. He wanted to make the world work for 100% of humanity in the shortest possible time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological damage or disadvantage to anyone. And like I said, I think this is what we're all trying to do, but no one quite put it this way. And I don't know if anyone is, shooting for 100% in all their endeavors. People tend to be going for one item at a time, one issue at a time. And the most amazing, another amazing thing was in the 80s, just before Bucky passed away, he said it is now highly feasible to take care of everybody on Earth at a higher standard of living than any have ever known. It no longer has to be you or me. Selfishness is unnecessary. War is obsolete. It is a matter of converting the high technology from weaponry to livingry. And so he's just saying, taking the technology we put into our aerospace and to our weapons, if we put that into our homes and we got the efficiencies of the latest materials in our homes and cars and everything we use day to day, we would have what it takes for everyone to live at a very high standard of living. So, my first question is, where is my maintenance-free house that only costs as much as a car? That's where, my selfish ambitions here. I'm just trying to figure this out to, get rid of my mortgage. But more importantly, my question is, what is holding us back from using our tech to its full potential? So that's what I've been thinking about for a long time, since first hearing that podcast 8 years ago. I've been trying to figure that out. And another quote from Bucky, he said, "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete." So, back to my question, what would it take to make the world work for 100% of humanity? What do we have to do? What tweak or change to our model can we do to use our tech to make the world work for 100% of humanity? So I'll let you think about that. I'll follow this up with what I think, but I think it's something that we're gonna have to work on together. I think it's gonna take a lot of people thinking about it for a long time, and working through it, aiming for that 100%. Okay, thank you.